Hi my darlings, I'm Sophie Darling and welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, hello, my name is Sophie. I have a doctorate in literature, which means I get way too emotionally invested in the shows that I'm watching. Today we're reacting to episode 8 of Chainsaw Man. Last episode really disappointed me. We had Himeno, probably butchering her name, I do apologize. Again, it's all a learning curve for me trying to remember how to pronounce Japanese names, so I do try my best, but it's not going to be perfect. Taking Denji home, even though she knows that Denji's 16, and I had high hopes because she was really shocked by his age. And then she turned around and started kissing him still, and then started puking in his mouth, which was absolutely fucking foul. And I have a phobia of being sick, of seeing people being sick, so that caught me completely off guard. I genuinely couldn't stop myself from gagging. It was awful. And then proceeded to take him home and offered to have sex with him. And I love on the one hand that it is showing that even those that you grow to trust can end up taking advantage of you, that it's not always strangers. But on the other hand, I hate that Denji is once more being used and abused by someone, and it's a grown-ass woman. And again, he doesn't quite understand because, you know, he's a kid. And all he wants is love and connection, and he doesn't realize that these advances and behaviors towards him from these women is completely inappropriate because, again, he's a teenage boy. So it makes me really sad for Denji because he doesn't click on that this shouldn't be happening. But in terms of story writing, I love that they're using a character that we've grown to empathize with, that we have begun to like. And we saw how lonely and sad she is, especially in how she clings to Aki. And this idea of losing him kind of paralyzes her and petrifies her because she doesn't want to be on her own. She doesn't want to have to mourn another loss. So you can see this desperation in her, but that doesn't excuse her trying to fill that void and that loneliness with a literal teenage boy. So I love that they're twisting the narrative in a sense that somebody that we've empathized with has now gone on to kind of be not kind of, she is being predatory, and being drunk isn't an excuse for predatory actions. So we're not going to go there. We're not going to do the whole, oh, but she's drunk. She's still being predatory regardless. It doesn't excuse it. So it is interesting in terms of the story writing that we can empathize with someone and then also call them out on their actions at the same time, that we're not defending their actions, whilst also showing that Denji isn't even safe around those that he's grown to form a connection with, that even those that he is admiring and working alongside may not have the best intentions for him either. I hope Denji doesn't go through with it because I feel like this is only going to scar him further. He's already scarred by the kiss. He's already scarred by touching Power's boobs because nothing he does lives up to his expectations because, again, it all lacks that emotional connection that he truly wants. There's no relief in achieving the goal, essentially, because it's not what he's actually seeking. He thinks that's what it is, but he's confusing sex and intimacy as being one and the same, but it's not. So until he learns that lesson, he's not going to find what he's looking for. And I think that'll be kind of big growth for him, is to kind of come to that realization of, if I keep pursuing this with people that don't care about me and I don't necessarily care about them, it's not going to fulfill this need within me, that he needs to pursue it with people he actually likes and cares about. So I'm hoping we see that growth in him. I'm hoping people stop taking advantage of Denji. I hope we see Denji find an age-appropriate relationship at some point. But without further ado, we're going to jump into episode 8, and I'm crossing my fingers that nothing intimate happens between the two of them, that Denji gets out of there. Okay, so we're seeing her when she brings him home, whereas we kind of ended with Denji coming to on the bed.
よいしょ。もう一丁。
Stop stripping him. He is 16. I know she's taking his shoes off because in Japan it's very much no shoes in the house. But still, Miss Ma'am, you brought home a 16-year-old boy. Send him back to Aki. It's so eerie. There's like no music, but she's jovially humming. And I think it's driving home the unease of this situation that she has an underage boy back in her apartment that she intends to have sex with, and just how inappropriate this whole situation is.
そういや、マキマさんにってなんだっけ。
Not what he asked for, though. He asked for water, not beer, but I really hope nothing happens between them and that he just manages to leave.
なんで私ん家にいんの？あ、私が連れてきたんだっけ。クラクラする。なんじゃこりゃ。
It's the fact that he's so drunk he doesn't understand what's going on.
マキマさんのことラブでしょ。もう牛。
Denji looks really uncomfortable though. He looks really unsure as to what the hell's going on. He's a 16-year-old boy. Of course he looks kind of unnerved. No. No. Denji, you go home. You leave. You go back to Aki. What annoys me is that they just let him go. Like, nobody went after him. Like, nobody is stopping this from happening. Like, where are the adults in this situation? Bar her, she's a bad example. No, it's not, Denji. Leave. If he's questioning if it's a good idea, then it's not a good idea. No. Denji, leave. No, oh god, this is so uncomfortable. Denji, please go.
ポッケになんか入っちょるよ。チュッパチャップス？来たね。デンジ君、大丈夫？
Oh, is it going to remind him of Makima? And then he decides, oh, I don't want to go ahead with this because he has his eyes set on Makima. Not that that's any better because, again, still a grown-ass woman, but if it gets him out of this situation, then I'll accept it.
寝る前に水と一緒に飲むこと。クソみてえなファーストキスしちまいました。俺はこれからいろんな女性とキスをしても、きっと、キスのたびに、
God love
今日の
him.
味を思い出すのか。
It was pretty damn disgusting.
口開けて。
Still don't like Makima, still think she's a predator, but at least she was trying to take care of him in this situation.
デンジ君はこれから死ぬまで、いろんな初めての味を体験する。とりあえず、ファースト関節キスは、チュッパチャップスのコーラ味だね。
Okay, they didn't do it, thank God.
悪いな、ポチタ。お前もエッチしてた。
I don't think Pochta really cares that much. I think Pochta would be angry that a 16-year-old boy is being taken advantage of by grown-ass women, but you know what? If it gets him out of that situation, I'm all for it.
デンジ君、おはよう。
Please acknowledge that it was inappropriate for you to bring him home.
私に乱暴なことされなかった？誰がゲロ女と厄介。
At least she acknowledges that she would be taking advantage of
未成
him.
年に手出したら逮捕だからね。
Okay.
逮捕。
Still not appropriate, but at least she's acknowledging that it's wrong. Okay? I can kind of... I'm happy about that. They're not playing it off.
普通この状況とか気まずくて帰ると思うんだけど。
はあ？ただ飯食えるのになんで帰るんだよ。
He's like, free food is free
そういや
food.
デンジ君もマキマさん好きなの？
超好き。
例えばマキマさんの性格がクソでも好き？
クソ好き。
よし、私がデンジ君とマキマさんをくっつけた。
Then she gets Aki.
マジマジ。デンジ君、私と極秘で同盟を組も
It's
う
in
じゃん。
her benefit because she can have
マキマさんと
Aki
く
for
っつける
herself.
協力するからさ。
Yeah.
私とアキ君くっつけてよ。
あいつんどこ好きなの？
顔。
Fair
Fair enough.
いいぜ。乗った。
I mean, so does the Fox Devil. That's why the Fox Devil's head is used by Aki. Okay. I feel less uncomfortable with the whole situation now that she acknowledged that she would be taken advantage and she would go to jail. And she's glad that they didn't do anything, but still. Doesn't make what she did okay or right, but at least like she's owning up to it. But I love that the Fox Devil only likes hot people. And essentially, the hotter you are, the more you can use of it. But only like the hottest of the hot can use its head. And Aki can use its head. So it's the Fox Devil being like down bad for Aki. I love that because, I mean, it's Aki. Aki is very attractive.
京都の偉い人たちと会いたくないな。みんな怖いんだもん。ご飯は穏やかな気持ちで食べたいのに。昨日のお酒、美味しかった。
That was really weird. Everyone's heads just kind of went forward.
こちら C 班、こちら C 班、開始。
What? What? This is Team C were a go? What the fuck? Who organized this and why? But I don't think Makima's dead. I think Makima's not human. There's something like weird about her and her energy and her eyes. I don't think she is human. I think she's a devil. There's something off about her. Are they exterminating the whole team?
なんだこの音。
知らんとは愚かじゃの。太鼓の音じゃ。
No, it was not.
まあ、本当に言うなら昨日神戸してないのか？意外と紳士なんだよ、デンジ君。
No. Why are they shooting everyone? What's going on?
味の良し悪しがわからなかった。まあ仕方ないことだ。幼少期に同じような味のもんしか食べてないと大人になってバカ舌になるらしい。俺のじいちゃんは世界一優しくての。高い店でいいもん食わせてもらった。じいちゃんヤクザだったけど正義のヤクザでさ。必要悪っていうのかな。じいちゃんみたいな人はさ。
So is killing Makima and everyone on the team considered like a necessary evil by the organization? Yeah, he's involved in it. He's psyching himself up.
お前も好きだったろ。
Wait.
何のつもりだ、てめえ。知り合いか？
Oh, it was his granddad.
てめえの心臓が欲しいんだとよ。
I'm so confused. What the fuck is going on?
私の口にとんでもないものを入れてきたね。人でも悪魔でもない。
What?
パワー、姫野先輩の血を止めてろ。
He's like Denji, but knives. Machetes? Again, it feels like a fucking fever dream. They're doing a countdown. Does he only get 3 strikes?
作りやがって
とどめを刺せ
ゼロ
How many deals with devils does he have? Holy fuck.
あいつ銃を使っていやがった。日本では警察とデビルハンター以外入手は不可能なのに。ひとまず姫野先輩の治療を。
呪いの悪魔。その持っている釘を何回か刺したら死ぬみたいな感じか。
What? How is he not dead? What the fuck?
どうして負けた？
油断したマジで油断した
じゃあさっさと殺して。
How is he still alive? Aki, no! What the fuck? Oh my god. Oh my
まだ
god,
生きてる
no.
ぞ。デビルハンターのスーツは頑丈だからな。とどめを刺して。
Oh my god, please, no. No, 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 no.
私はいいからアキ君を助けて。ゴースト。
嫌だ。あの女。恐ろしい。
Oh, she's gonna sacrifice herself for Aki.
私の全部をあげるから。ゴーストの全部使わせて。
Oh, she truly loves Aki that much. Oh, that's so tragic.
アキ君は泣くことができる。デビルハンターは身近な死に慣れすぎて涙が出なくなる。でもアキ君はすぐ泣く。面倒見てた新人が死んだ時なんかは隠れて泣いていたから面白かった。
Oh, Aki.
あれだけ思って泣いてもらえたら嬉しいだろうな。
Parts of her body are disappearing because she's given them to the ghost devil in order to save Aki. That's how much she loves him. She'd sacrifice it all. He's not gonna cry in private though, he's gonna cry in public.
死なないでね。私が死んだ時さ。泣いてほしいから。
ヘビ、丸飲み。
Oh, that's not even fair that it was all for nothing. There's not even a body to mourn. What the fuck, man? I'm in shock. I don't even know what to say. I love that we're seeing their partnership and their teamwork together, but also her entering this new heavenly realm where she'll be mourned by Aki. It's Aki at the graves now with the flowers, mourning her like she mourned her other partners that died. Poor Aki. Oh, and the cigarettes as well. What the fuck? What the actual fuck happened this? Oh my god, it started off so like not light-hearted and jovial because, you know, it was reliving the tension of that potential situation where she was taking advantage of him, but then she was like atoning for it, and I was like, yeah, okay, we're gonna, you know, be able to move on from this and that dynamic, we can build it, and then, you know, maybe her and Aki will get reunited because she's gonna help Denji get with Makima, so then she and Aki can be together, and she recognizes that what she did was wrong, so maybe, just maybe, we can see her grow and start to like her as a character again. And then they kill her off in the same episode. What? What the fuck even happened? What happened? I don't think I really said anything for the entirety of that episode because I think my mouth was just open. I didn't see any of that coming. It just came out of fucking nowhere. It blindsided me. Gun Devil was going to move against Denji and was maybe going to organize people to move against Denji because it wants Denji's heart and it fears the threat that Denji will be to him, that Denji is probably the only one that can really rival his powers. So they're wanting to get rid of them. But I don't think Mikima's dead because I think Mikima is not human. Much in the same way that when Denji gets shot, Denji is not going to die from that. But it was just so tragic though, because she's lost so many partners and she's been so scared of losing Aki that she's willing to sacrifice every part of herself if it keeps him alive. Because she loves him that much that it's seen as a worthy sacrifice. And the fact that there's not even a body to bury because she gave it all for him. And it talks about how he mourns in private for all the rookies that have died under his command. And I don't think he's going to mourn in private. I think he's going to very openly mourn for her because they were partners, they were comrades, they were together for so long. They were so invested in one another and continuing to live. So this idea that you've now lost that connection, that partner that you've gone through so much with is absolutely heart-wrenching. It's like losing a part of yourself, losing a limb, especially because he was so concerned on stopping the bleeding, on getting her help, because he also didn't want to lose her in turn because they were a home that one another found. They had each other's backs. They protected one another on these missions. They depended upon each other. They trusted each other implicitly. And now all that has been snatched away from Aki, which I think is going to draw Aki even closer to Denji in power because he's not going to have anyone else to rely on. With her gone, and potentially the two others on the team, because there was the old guy and he was lifting the gun to shoot them. We don't know if they're alive or not. We heard the gun go off, but we didn't see the result of it. Aki may only have Denji in power. And the fact that in the outro we see her giving herself to the ghost demon, doing everything she can to protect Aki, and it's still not being enough. Who the fuck is that girl? And she is so powerful because even the ghost was like, no, I'm not taking that on. Not until she offered to give her everything. And the fact that Denji's past would also come back to haunt him in the form of this being the grandson of the Yakuza that was literally making Denji sell parts of his own body in order to pay back his dad's debt. Oh, he was a good guy. No, he fucking wasn't. No, he wasn't. He wasn't the necessary evil. What a bullshit excuse to justify the harm that your grandfather has caused. But I think that was him trying to justify his own actions, that he would also have to perform a necessary evil in killing these people because it's what he's been commanded to do. Oh my god. I'm in absolute shock. And I love that they focused on Aki being the one this time because it's usually Himeno that we see at the graves with the flowers, but this time it's Aki. Aki paying his respects to Himeno in the way that Himeno would have paid her respects to the partners that she previously lost. They've switched places. And the fact that we see him leave a packet of cigarettes as a symbolic homage to their connection and their bonds that they established with one another. It's so tragic. Poor Aki. And then I don't like Mikima still. I am still a Mikima hater, but it was nice to see that Mikima was the only one that was kind of looking out for Denji in terms of trying to make sure that he didn't wake up with an incredible hangover the next day. Again, he shouldn't have been drinking. He was 16, but she was trying to reassure him and trying to like tell him that life is so full of experiences that he can't allow this to sour everything that he'll go on to experience, that he shouldn't let one bad experience ruin all other experiences that he's destined to have. So it is quite a positive pep talk to him, and the Chupa Chup is a reminder of what he really wants, which is Mikima. Again, don't like her, don't support it, but if it reminded him enough to not sleep with Himeno, then I'm happy for it, solely because it stops Denji being scarred even further. Because if he had slept with Himeno, he would have been scarred even further because he would have given his first time to someone that he doesn't have an emotional connection with, that he is solely looking at having a first time rather than the long-term impact that it would have on him in terms of there being no intimacy between them, that there's no emotional relationship. It would just be sex. And I don't think Denji's ready for that. Like, he struggles with a kiss just being a kiss. He struggles with touching boobs just being about touching boobs because there's more to it. He's seeking connection. He's seeking something deeper than what he believes he's aspiring for. There's a deeper meaning to it other than the horniness. I think the horniness obviously works in conjunction with it, but there is a deeper purpose beneath it all and why everything he does isn't satisfactory. Holy fucking shit. That completely threw me, caught me off guard. Wasn't expecting it. I mean, that's all I want to say. I just want to watch the next episode. I just really want to watch episode 9 so I can try and figure out what the hell is going on. Chainsaw Man, I've come to realize, is just one of those shows that you cannot predict what the fuck's going to happen. You can't. You could not predict anything in Chainsaw Man. You couldn't predict the narrative trajectory. You couldn't predict that this was going to go down because there was no foreshadowing, there was no indications, there was no hints. It just came out of nowhere. It just blindsided you. Much in the same way the characters were also blindsided. We are being put in the characters' shoes. We're seeing it from their perspective. They didn't see it coming. We didn't fucking see it coming. With a lot of other shows, I'm able to kind of see pattern recognition and kind of vaguely understand where the story is going to go and the trajectory it's going to take. With Chainsaw Man, nah. I think I would genuinely have to be a madman in order to completely guess where everything is going in this. I think I would have to have a screw loose, genuinely. Because it's like a fever dream. It's just insane. It's crazy. It doesn't follow any sort of narrative logic. You can kind of see character trajectory and progression still in that it kind of follows an understandable pattern. But in terms of narrative, nope. I think you would genuinely have to be insane to understand it or to be able to accurately predict where you think Chainsaw Man's going to go. Because this is just crazy. It's just a wild, crazy show. But I think that's all I want to say for now. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this react, please consider liking, subscribing, and leaving a comment below to help boost this video into the algorithm. And until next time, bye!